You pray for your ascension, but can't sit in the weight of correction. Law doesn't reward action. Law rewards stability. If you can't sit in compression, you are unqualified to command. Download the Unruly Blueprint and train your nervous system to hold the weight that most men collapse under. Collapse always begins inside. It's not talent that fails you. It's your nervous system destabilization. You can't expect to have all the abundance that you have within you if you can't handle the correction. Your collapse is always internal first. You have to be able to withstand the subtraction of everything about you that you accepted as fact before the external subtraction begins. Because your nervous system must be sturdy enough to handle watching your external life flee from you. But you reach for comfort. Every time correction arrives at your front door, you reach for comfort. Every time you get an uncomfortable feeling because the things that are working inside of you are training you to get you to understand that the external stuff is about to get out, you run. You don't want to do the inner work. You don't want to collapse the inner seeking of approval, the validation loops you run through, the external looking for brotherhood that doesn't match but matches your ego. You don't want to deal with those inner things first. You just want the external all the time. So instead of dealing with the internal up front, what do? You run. You run for the fucking drugs. You run for the pornography. You run for the casual sex. You run for the partying. You run for the nights out. You run for drinking with your friends. You run for everything but towards the very person that's going to help you get through, which is yourself. The inner side of you must collapse first so you can withstand watching the external collapse. Stop running from yourself. Take the time to note the things you must work on, because I promise you, the second you start working on yourself internally, you're going to realize that the things external from you don't work. They don't help you move forward. They don't move you to further into getting to the mission. They don't help you stabilize your nervous system. They do nothing for you. And realistically, once your inner is in alignment with your nervous system, pressurized by law, and you understand everything going on for you and where you can be, and now you look outside your life and like, I don't really match up with this stuff. When law comes to destroy your external, you don't flinch. You hear me say it all the time. Don't flinch. When shit starts to get removed, don't flinch. Keep neutral. And the way you do that is by purging your insides first. Purging that internal thing within you that is clouded by the chaos from outside from which you clung to. And so this dominion of shit that you're looking to get, the dominion of having abundance and being able to be a powerful sovereign man, that lifestyle that you're looking to obtain is going to be revoked from you because you keep seeking comfort. That is not how you get what you want. You must go through hell in hot water. The laws of the realm must prove to you that you are who you say you are. So when the abundances come, you don't shake at all, ever. You are allowed to feel enjoyment. Do not get it fucked up. You are allowed to enjoy the works of your labor, but not without the labor part. And the labor is simply staying disciplined to a fucking routine that is law abiding. If you're making step-by-step things and putting things in place to make sure you're always stepping within law as law, the embodiment of law. Law has no choice but to give you everything that you desire because it controls the realm. And if you are walking with it, it's going to give you the byproduct of what walking in it looks like. It is not the flashy attention seeking. It is not the dopamine filled shit, because as soon as you start to walk in law, what is it going to do to you? Purify you. And what does that purification look like? The loss and collapse of everything you hold dear and attached to. Your throne is assigned to stillness. Skill alone is irrelevant without stability, because the throne requires men who sit not react. If you can't stay seated, you will forfeit expansion. What does all of that mean? You must be able to sit in a neutral state no matter what is happening to you externally. Just like I said a second ago, once you purge and collapse the internal, your external comes next. But you must sit neutral so that when all of this shit is happening, you're not reacting to it. Your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your reality. If you can control those thoughts, which then keep your emotions neutral, your actions will be done in the correct manner so that you get the reality that you want. But law is not going to give you what you want if you're not following those things. You must be able to sit in law and move in neutrality and stay still when your throne is doing what it has to do in whatever way it does it for you. But when you start to expand, you have to be able to sit there still and understand, okay, cool, I'm not gonna get too high, I'm not gonna get too low, because it doesn't matter what is going on external from me, I'm gonna stay neutral all the time. Your throne cannot be fucking swayed back and forth through emotional swings. That's not how this works. The throne that you are looking to have holds too much power. You want abundance, you must destroy your attachments to this external emotional chaos that you're used to. Like emotions and thoughts cannot come into your head and sway you, no matter good or bad. You get to the top of the top and you start closing $100,000 months. Right? That cannot then trigger you emotionally to then go be this fucking attention-seeking fucker outside in chaos, because then you will destroy yourself, because a pendulum with the rhythms of the earth are going to come and destroy you, and you are then going to destroy yourself because you don't know how to unattach yourself from the material things of this world. This is why you must stay neutral. When abundance comes, I'm neutral. When bad news comes, I'm neutral. When people that don't deserve my presence come around, I'm neutral. And you have to learn all of that by going through a hard purification process. Your throne will be everything you thought it would be, as long as you have the ability to stay still. Oh, but Mr. Brown, the collapse feels like punishment. Your compression is calibration, not punishment. Law applies pressure to reveal fracture points. Some of you don't even know yourself that well because you won't work on the internal parts of you. Therefore, law's gonna come and pressurize the fuck out of you and see where you're still leaking energy, where you're still leaking your time, where you are still wasting time. It is going to show you the things that you do not want to reveal to yourself because you love to fill them with dopamine and comfort. And people that don't serve your higher mission, your higher goal, and the abundant lifestyle that you're looking to get. Your ability to spot out all of the things that make you weak will then make this fucking compression period a bit more easy to handle, because now you've identified them without law having to destroy your life because you pick comfort over truth. Law is the truth. So what? You want to walk in law? Okay, great. You want to walk as law even? Perfect. But now we must reveal to you who you actually are. Not who you say you are on Instagram, not who you tell the little bit you fucking who you are, not the little shit that you do on the side on the weekend. We don't give a fuck about none of that. We care about who the fuck you are on a regular Tuesday afternoon, by yourself in a room alone. Who the fuck is that human? Yeah? Oh, you're a bitch. Okay, great. We're gonna expose it to you. Why? Because we can't give dominion to a motherfucker who doesn't know himself and can't carry the power of it without having to look for outside validation. The throne does not look for outside validation. This is why you go through a crucifixion, a personal crucifixion. We don't look for none of that. We're not looking for you to be on this high and mighty, powerful dominion and have the power to do so much shit, but then looking for the external civilians to then praise you and give you the validation for what you got. And that's why you start flashing the shit that we gave you. Okay, cool. We're gonna retract that, buddy. No, that's not how life works. The harder the compression, the more precise the correction. So if you feel that your life is compressing onto you with immense pressure and your life is fucked up and you are feeling it from life, What is that doing? What is that saying? That's saying that the precision at which things are being corrected are on point to the abundance that precedes or that comes after all of that correction. Because the more precise you start to patch in all of those small fine holes, not the big gaping ones. You might have done that a few years ago, right? And now you plateau and you chill out. But life now is putting more pressure onto you because you haven't completed your purification process. You just kinda did it. And since you kinda did it, you feel like, oh, I want it. I need everything that I want. Yep, give me it now. But no, that's not what the laws are gonna do. The laws are going to find the little nicks and crannies, the little fracture, the hairline fractures in your foundation that they know if they give you all the abundance today, it would creep back up and destroy you completely. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna find them by pressure and compression of your life. And we're gonna destroy everything that you hold dear to make sure that you sit neutral and you understand the polarity spectrums of every category so that when we give you the abundance, you can sit firm, not leave the throne, and not be shaken by any emotion that may trouble you. Life. And once you submit to that purification is when your dominion comes. Because now power does not fucking have you in this rah-rah emotional loop. It just is. You just are. Law. That's it. Every man wants dominion until compression exposes him. Objective you is here to build men to be able to hold pressure instead of negotiating with it. Download the Unruly Blueprint to start your journey. Most men reach for comfort during correction. The reason why your correction is being spread out over years, decades sometimes, is because every single time it comes, you pause the correction process and you go do fuckery. And so what does that do? Correction is just chilling, waiting for you to come back. Because just because you paused me on Friday don't mean that I'm not going to resume on Monday. And it's not going to look good because you try to pause it every day. And so therefore, every day you're getting corrected, but then you pause it because you want dopamine. Then you get corrected, pause it again on Tuesday because I want dopamine. Get corrected again Wednesday morning, pause it Wednesday afternoon because I don't want to be. Like, get over this idea that you are just going to go through life easy as fuck. Nothing hard's going to come your way. The harder the fucking purification, the more abundance is coming for you. Our lives are not equal. Whoop-de-doo, didn't make the rules. The soul contract that you signed before you came here requires you to go through a fucking certain path, and you need to go down that path every single day without trying to seek dopamine so that you can complete the mission, so that you can get everything that you want, so that the abundances of your life can shower over you. Only then will you receive it. And a lot of people are walking through this bitch blind as a motherfucker, watching other people do falsified versions of their mission, and in 5 to 10 years when their candle dies out, you wonder why now you are lost, because you are walking blind behind someone who didn't know the laws of the realm. And now you fucked up because you followed their doctrine and you don't know yourself, and now law is coming to correct you personally. And so now you are fucked up. You don't know what to do. You go into loops, you go for dopamine, you go for comfort. Because no one ever taught you the laws of the realm and how you can walk in them so that you don't have to deal with the harsh purification for long periods of time. And the earlier you start, the quicker you'll be done. And while yes, some of these men are doing it unconsciously without acknowledging the laws of the realm. Sure, great. But I'm trying to tell you, you can shorten your process. And there's not many men that are doing it unconsciously, by the way. But if you see men that are doing it, great, cool. They're the masculine figureheads that are the top of the top of the top that may speak like a man of law, but they don't understand law itself. And they're riding a pendulum, and they are different because they're not you. They will ride the pendulum to the top. Like I said before, the tactics they use that will keep you in comfort is the fact that they're riding the pendulum, because what? There's a law of rhythm, ebbs and flows. Okay, great. I'm going to ride the upswing of a pendulum and then showcase this crazy ass ego-filled lifestyle to make you feel like you're a victim of the system. And so that makes you want to be like me, but you'll never be like me because I understand shit that you don't. So then they flaunt the fucking egotistical stuff because it strokes your ego to think that maybe I should try harder to get that. then the pendulum swings on the downturn. But they're strong enough to understand that when that downturn comes, they must hold on tight and make sure that they have neutrality or stand still. But they go through the hardship, they can withstand it, they go through it, and whole time they're fucking manipulating the fuck out of you because they're coming down hard. And they're telling you the system this, the system that. But you don't understand. It's a pendulum swing. So it had to come down. And the shit over here was so false that now you probably made it halfway up that mountain, watched the downfall, and you're like, fuck, why am I going here? And so now you're stuck. Law, my boy, law. You must walk in law to get what you want. Law is operating this whole realm. And they understand a piece of it without calling it what it is. I understand all of it, and that's why I'm telling you it right now. Stop living like a fucking blind man through life. And stop running for your comforts when life gets tough. Allow the fucking dragging purification process and the compression of your life to correct all the fucking mistakes that were in you of yourself, of your material lifestyle, of all the attachments you have, of all the fucking karmic loops and all the quantum loops you continue to go through, so that you can finally be empty enough and neutralized to get the abundance of dominion. Because when you get the abundance of dominion, you are untouchable because you are law itself. You are walking in law and nothing can stop you. Because also, you cannot then govern what you won't sit inside. So if you won't sit inside the chamber of correction, you're not going to gain the benefits of it. And you keep going around. Instead of making these quantum leaps, you're going through quantum loops. Get your shit together, because it's very possible, but you play in the ass and love comfort. Law measures nervous system stability first. Law doesn't reward excitement. It rewards restraint. You cannot go up in the air in any fucking sector of your life because that's an emotional thing that is triggering a pendulum to come for you. Do not. Relax. Stay neutral. Stay centered. The man that you see that's governing expansion and you see him ascending, he has mastered and governed silence first and stillness. You must stay in silence and stillness to learn yourself, and so that you can find all the patches of your life that are fucked up, all the patches that need to be filled with correction. It's tough because you'll start to see that, okay, shit, I'm attached to this. Oof, fuck, I love being over there way too much. Damn, there's a karmic loop I was avoiding over here. Fuck, I still got tension and built up trauma over here. All of that has to be swept out. And so once you get into a stillness position and you can identify these things and go through that hardship of purification, that's when, okay, cool, now I can govern over more than I was before. But until that process, I'm gonna have to figure it out. So that means you can't go and look for the soothing process of dealing with that wound. This is not a desire state. You can't desire the throne. It's a requirement. You want dominion, you want power, you want endless money, you want status that doesn't fracture. You want bitches that just gravitate to you, that you just polarize when you walk in a room. You must go through a purification and a correction process. Because these men that you see are gonna do it 5 years, 6 years max. They're not gonna live it and get the dominion for long periods of time. That's why you see a lot of men that will go up in fame and crash down in a couple years. They get these little one-offs and come down. They don't fucking exist long-term because they don't do long-term work. If you want the fast food, go do it. But I promise you, for us that are going to listen, the vibration and the frequency of the earth is rising. Therefore, a lot of men are going to wake up from the fucking slumber that they've been in, which means a lot of the men that are pushing this egotistical bullshit are going to fail. Men are going to be hungry for the fucking spiritual understanding of themselves and the higher levels of thinking, of operating in this realm, which is by law. You must operate by law. And so while the world continues to rise their frequency and wake up from the slumber, the old is going to perish. The people that are still operating like civilians are going to perish. Wake up and know that you can have everything you want if you're living in law. Because you must be stable We must watch you be stable enough to hold your abundance. It's there for you. You can have it all, but you need to be stable before it's acquired. The Council Codex works like this. Sit first, expand later. If you can't sit in your own destabilization, you are disqualified. Law only gives dominion to men who refuse to move during compression. When your life starts to pressurize and your life looks like it's crumbling, you can't handle yourself in silence, but you're going to sit in a corner to find yourself. Okay, great, cool, but you must be able to sit through that hard process. And sometimes it's not quick and easy. It's not just, oh, yep, let me do it one time, I'm done. No, it is over and over and over. How long can you do it when your life continues to crumble, when your relationships continue to crack, when your fucking attachments are now turning into detachments, that pain that you feel, that fucking agony that you feel, that ego death that you're experiencing? Can you sit still while all of that's happening around you? Can you regulate your emotions to bring them to a neutral state while all of that is happening? How much can you handle? Can you still get up and still operate and try, even though all of that is still going on? See, that's the thing. You can't have this mental framework of, oh, all this shit's going on and I'm just gonna stop midway because it's hard and then resume later. No, you must be able to continue walking even when hardship finds you. When that purification and correction process and the compression of life come onto your life, you must be able to continue walking. And not walking when you feel like it, walking at rhythm. Once you start to walk in law, you are going to see that you must walk in rhythm, in accordance to your mission, and you will get everything you desire, but everything around you is going to burn as you walk. And the second you stop, that is the second you're showing the laws of the realm you are not stable enough to handle the abundance, because he couldn't even get through the pressures of life while also walking forward. Hard, yes, I know, but that's why the crucifixion must happen. Everybody wants the throne, but nobody want to go through the crucifixion. And you think it's some easy process because you've seen these fucking masculine figureheads make you think that egotistical bullshit is going to save you from yourself. Absolutely not. If you're not walking in law yet, you better start so that your journey can continue or start right now. You want that shit to start as fast as possible. Thank God I started my purification process 5 years ago. Damn near at the end of that shit. Phenomenal. And you will watch it. You will watch me ascend. And I will give you the blueprint to it all because it's already inside of the fucking description. You think I'm trying to just, bro, I want you to leave the herd. The herd is what's killing you. Some of y'all got your heads up, you look around, you see the bullshit going on, but then go right back down into the fuckery. And the shepherds know exactly how to control you enough so that, yeah, they'll allow you to poke your head up because they know that you're still gonna follow them. Fuck all of that. Lift your head up. Look around. You see me, gang? Hear what I'm saying to you. Implement it, start walking with it now. It's gonna be tough because you're going against the herd. The herd is very large. You're going to have external noise come at you. You're going to have your partners disown you. You're going to have your friends calling you all the time, wanting you to come back. You're going to have your old timeline itself fracture in front of your eyes. But the second you release everything that kept you tethered to a timeline that no longer serves you is when you rise to the new one. But you can't, almost like a balloon, hold it that way. If you're holding a balloon, do you think the balloon can go in the sky? No, the balloon can only go as long as the fucking string. But if the string is short and you don't like how long it is, then great, detach from it and ascend because you have the power to do so. It is within your makeup to do so. Say this aloud with me. My ability to remain seated while the world destabilizes is why law will crown me. Compression creates correction. Correction qualifies dominion.